Welcome to Infidelity Love, where passion meets forbidden desires. Love isn't always black and white. Sometimes it lives in the shadows of temptation. Welcome to Infidelity Love, the ultimate channel for gripping romance, deep emotions, and untold stories of love, betrayal, and passion. From forbidden affairs to heart-wrenching choices, we bring you addictive, emotional, and suspenseful love stories that will keep you hooked from start to finish. Subscribe now and step into a world where love isn't always perfect, but it's always unforgettable.
I still remember that night clearly. The rain was falling hard against the old, dusty window of my small room. The power had gone out hours ago, leaving the whole neighborhood in complete darkness, except for the flashes of lightning that lit up the sky from time to time. I was sitting by my bed, trying to read an old book with the dim light of a candle. That's when my eyes caught something strange. A small wooden box tucked deep beneath my bed. I had never seen it before. It was covered in dust, as if it had been there for years. Curious, I pulled it out. My heart began to race. Inside the box was a folded, yellowed envelope. On it, in faded ink, was written, "Here to be opened only if the truth becomes unbearable." I didn't know whose handwriting it was. I had lived in this house alone for years since my parents passed away when I was a child. I had no close relatives, no one who could have left me a message like this. My hands trembled as I picked up the letter. Should I open it? Or leave it alone? A voice in my head whispered, "You're not ready for this." But curiosity was stronger. I slowly opened the envelope and pulled out a piece of paper. It was a letter, but what it said made my blood run cold. If you're reading this, then you've already felt it. The watching eyes, the footsteps at midnight, the voice calling your name when no one is there. They are real, and they know you found this letter. They won't stop until you find the truth. Go to the old oak tree by the river at exactly midnight. Take nothing with you. Tell no one, or you won't survive the next 7 days. I dropped the letter, my heart pounding in my chest. A cold wind blew out the candle. Darkness swallowed the room. Then, a knock on the door. 3 slow knocks. I wasn't expecting anyone. I froze. The knocks came again. And then, a voice whispered from the other side of the door, "It's time." I couldn't breathe. My entire body felt frozen, as if the shadows in the room had wrapped themselves around me, holding me still. The voice outside the door whispered again, "It's time." I wanted to scream. I wanted to run, but my legs wouldn't move. Slowly, with a shaking hand, I picked up the candle and tried to relight it, but the matchbox was empty. The darkness felt heavier now, like it was alive, pressing against my skin. I stepped closer to the door, my heartbeat pounding so loudly I thought the whole world could hear it. 3 knocks. Again. "Open the door. Eli," the voice whispered. That was my name, but no one knew my name here, not even the neighbors. I kept to myself. I had no friends, no visitors, and yet, here it was, someone, or something, calling my name in the dead of night. "Who are you?" I wanted to say, but no words came out. Instead, the door handle slowly began to turn on its own. I stumbled back, my eyes wide with terror, and then, it stopped. Silence. For a long, suffocating moment, I stood there, waiting for something to happen, but nothing did. I took a deep, shaky breath and gathered the courage to step forward. My fingers touched the cold, metal door handle. I yanked the door open, but there was no one there. The hallway outside was empty, except for something lying on the floor, a small, folded piece of paper. I bent down and picked it up. Written in the same faded ink as the first letter were 4 words, "You're already too late." My stomach twisted into knots. My hands began to sweat. A sudden chill swept through the hallway, and for a brief moment, I caught a glimpse of a tall, shadowy figure at the end of the corridor. Its face hidden, its body unmoving. It was just standing there, watching me. When I blinked, it was gone. I backed into my room, slamming the door shut. My mind was racing. Who was that? What was happening to me? I turned to grab my phone and call for help, but the screen was dead, completely black, and wouldn't turn on. That's when I remembered the letter's words. Go to the old oak tree by the river at exactly midnight. I looked at the clock. 11:53 p.m. I had 7 minutes left. My heart pounding. I grabbed my jacket, shoved the letter into my pocket, and slipped quietly out the back door into the stormy night. The wind howled through the trees. Shadows danced along the path, and as I made my way toward the river, I could feel it. Those unseen eyes, watching my every step. I had no idea what waited for me at that tree, but something told me it wasn't going to let me leave alive. The rain fell harder as I made my way down the narrow, muddy path. The trees on either side seemed to close in around me, their branches twisting like bony fingers in the night. The old river was just ahead. I could hear the sound of rushing water growing louder, mixing with the wind that whispered through the leaves. I didn't dare look behind me, though every part of my body screamed that something was following. The shadows felt alive, moving when I wasn't watching. I could almost hear soft footsteps behind mine, matching my pace. Then, lightning cracked across the sky, and for a split second, the entire path lit up. That's when I saw it. The old oak tree. It stood taller than the others, its thick, crooked branches stretching wide like an ancient monster. Its bark was scarred, and at its base, something shimmered in the flash of light. A small, metal box, just like the one I'd found in my room. I swallowed hard and stepped closer. As I reached out to touch it, a voice spoke behind me. I wouldn't do that if I were you. I spun around, my pulse racing. There was a man standing there, tall, wearing a dark, long coat that dripped rainwater. His face was hidden beneath the shadow of a wide-brimmed hat. Who are you? I managed to say, my voice breaking. He didn't answer. Instead, he knelt down beside the box and tapped the top of it gently. It's already begun. Eli, he whispered. Begun? What's going on? What is this? I demanded. The man looked up. For the first time, I saw his eyes, pale, almost colorless, with a strange glow. The things you've seen, the knocks, the shadows, the letter, it was never meant for you, but you read it, and now they are awake. My skin prickled with cold. Who are they? A sudden gust of wind blew through the trees, carrying with it a chorus of faint, distant whispers. The man's expression darkened. They are the Watchers. Lightning flashed again, and for a split second, the entire forest seemed to move. I saw countless shapes among the trees. Thin, tall figures with eyes like dying stars. They stood silently, watching us. The man opened the box and inside was a single, old-fashioned key. You have one chance, Eli, he said, handing me the key. There's a door. Find it before sunrise, or you'll never wake up again. My hands trembled as I took the key. Before I could ask another question, the man's form began to dissolve, like mist carried away by the storm. He was gone. The whispers around me grew louder. The Watchers were closing in. I clutched the key tight and turned toward the darkness ahead, knowing I had to find the door, wherever it was, before it was too late. And somewhere, deep inside me, a voice I didn't recognize whispered, "Oh, we're waiting for you, Eli." I stood there in the storm, the key cold and heavy in my hand. The Watchers lingered in the shadows, their pale, hollow eyes never leaving me. My chest felt tight, but something inside urged me forward. Slowly, I knelt down before the old oak tree, its roots twisted like the gnarled hands of the dead, half buried beneath wet leaves and mud. The small metal box the man had tapped was still there, but now, as I looked closer, I noticed something else. A hidden panel in the tree's trunk, worn and cracked. My fingers brushed against it, and with a bit of pressure, it slid open. Inside was a dark hollow space, and at the very center sat an ancient, leather-bound book. Its cover was worn, the edges burnt. The title, faded but still visible, read, "The Book of Unspoken Truths." Beneath the book, carved into the wood of the tree itself, were names. Dozens, maybe hundreds, names of people I'd never heard before, until I reached the last name at the bottom. Eli Carter. My name. My breath caught in my throat. I reached for the book, but before I could touch it, a cold, claw-like hand gripped my shoulder. I turned to see one of the watchers. Its face pale and empty, its mouth a hollow, endless darkness. It spoke in a voice like 1,000 whispers at once. You were warned. Then, everything went black. I woke up hours later at the base of the tree. The storm long gone. Morning light spilled through the trees, and the watchers were nowhere to be seen. In my hand was the ancient book, but now, on its cover, my name had appeared in fresh ink. I knew in that moment. The book held truths no one was meant to know, and anyone who read it would be cursed to live with secrets too heavy for any soul to carry. I left the book there, buried deep beneath the roots of the old oak, never to touch it again. And as I walked away from that cursed riverbank, I understood one thing. Some truths are better left unknown. Moral lesson. Curiosity is a powerful thing. It can lead us to great wisdom or unimaginable danger. Not every secret is meant to be uncovered, and not every truth is worth the cost of knowing. Learn to leave the past where it belongs, for peace often lies in the things we choose not to seek.
Thank you for watching. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching and supporting my videos. Your time, your comments, and your love mean everything. Every view, like, and share keeps this channel alive, and I couldn't do it without you. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps bring even more passionate, emotional, and unforgettable love stories to life. Stay tuned for more drama, romance, and unexpected twists. Until next time, keep loving, keep feeling, and keep watching. Much love, infidelity, love.